Hello and welcome back to my channel, Cards by Melissa Minor. Today I'm going to be making two adorable gatefold cards for Valentine's Day. And one of them I'm going to be using a die, and the other one I'm just going to be using my paper trimmer and a scoreboard. So I'm going to show you how I made both of these cards using the Close to My Heart Love Notes paper collection. So let me move these out of the way. I've got all my paper pieces cut here. The first one I'm going to start with is the one that I'm going to be using the die. So this is the Heart Gatefold card die set. This is from the Stamps of Life. And this makes making a gatefold card super easy. So let me get the pieces out here. For this piece, this is the large piece, I cut two of these in white for the base. This piece is the center. I cut a piece out of peach. Then the layering panels out of the pattern paper. And then the heart piece there, I cut that out of the scarlet cardstock. Now, I also, you can see here this scarlet cardstock, I'm also bringing in here an embossing folder. And so I embossed those heart panels. So this is super easy to make. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to adhere the panels back to back. And then you're going to take your scoring tool and just go along the score lines here. Folding one in and then folding the hearts out. Okay, so I'm going to get these folded here. And then I'm going to fold this back. So right here is the shape of our card. I get a lot of questions about this. This is my precision glue press. And this tool I purchased off of Picket Fence Stamps. They also have, I've noticed that they also sell this on scrapbook.com. This is my favorite crafting tool. If you don't have one of these, I do highly recommend it. I love it. At the time of this filming, both places are currently sold out. Just go ahead and mark to receive notifications because it's worth it. Okay, so this is the centerpiece, and you could go ahead and stamp a sentiment here. I don't know exactly what sentiment I want to use for these cards, and I am mass producing these right now, so I'm going to leave this sentiment blank, but you'll notice the die has some really nice stitching, and so I like that. So I've cut that with the peach cardstock, and then these are the layering dies, and you'll see that same stitching is all along the edges of these layering panels. And so the paper again that I'm using is from the Close to My Heart Love Notes collection. Either side would have looked really nice, but I really like this, the one with the cute little teddy bears, and it has little, looks like boxes of chocolates and some flowers. Okay, and then so for my heart panels, for this, you cut, it also has stitching, but when you cut this, it's like they're going one direction. So you cut one, and then with Close to My Heart, the cardstock is two-toned, so then you'll flip it over and cut it another one. And then you'll see here, I'm just taking a sanding block, and I am sanding it to reveal the white core of the cardstock. And that just really gives it that something extra. And that's what I really like about the Close to My Heart cardstock, is seeing and revealing that white core, especially when you do the embossing. I think that using the embossing folders, I think that really gives it that something extra. I could have just cut a plain panel without the embossing, but it would have looked really plain. You can use any embossing folder that you have. I think one with some little hearts would have looked cute. I just didn't have one. So this was one that I thought paired well with the cards. So I'm going to finish sanding here on all of the edges. And one more little piece I just want to make sure I get enough white revealed. And then I'm going to take my precision glue press and put some glue on here. And I'm going to tack this down. Now, I failed to mention earlier, but when you open up this card, I could have cut a couple more panels to also decorate the inside of the card. That's what makes it so nice. See how I'm opening this up here, these panels? That panel on the left side there, I could have decorated that as well for the inside of the card. I just choose to leave mine blank, but I know you can decorate that as well. Okay, so I'm going to get this second heart, the second half of the heart, glued down. And we are almost done here. Now, to get this to stay closed, I am going to use a little bit of ribbon. And this is a Stamps of Life ribbon. I am a member of their card kit club, and every month in their card kit club, they mail a spool of ribbon in my kit. And I found that I have quite a few. And so this ribbon pairs very well with this pack. In fact, I think it looks really close to that shortbread color. And so I'm just going to take a piece of this ribbon here and tie it in a bow. Okay, so let me snip the end here, and this is our first card. I love it. Super easy. It looks like we've spent a long time on it, and really, it was simple. Okay, now I'm bringing in a stamp and die from my stash. This is called Berry Special, and I stamped this on a piece of pattern paper, and then I did stamp the little flower on some white, and then I paper pierced that onto the other bear, and I also cut another piece out and with mocha cardstock and backed the back of that. Now, I used that same layering die and cut out a piece for the center of my card, but you could have cut that to 5 1/4 by 4. Now, these two panels here, these are 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. I've also got a piece of 1 by 10 strip, and then I've got a zip strip. And then the base of my card, this is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And so I'm going to bring in my scoring tool, and I'm going to score the base. Now this is a sheet of shortbread cardstock, and I'm going to score this at, let's see here, 2 1/8, so one little line over, and then 6 3/8. So I'm going to go to the 6 and count 1, 2, 3. 3 little lines over and score there. So that is the base of my card. So if you don't have one of the card dies, you could also go this method to make your base. And then I'm just going to bring in my scoring tool and score on those score lines. And you can see here that cardstock is two-toned, and I'm going to choose to have the lighter side of shortbread showing. And then here's that inner portion. I'm going to glue this to the inside of my card. This was 5 1/4 by 4. You could ink the edges here to give it a little extra interest. You could stamp your sentiment if you know what you want to say. Okay, and then I'm going to add these panels. 2 1/8 by 6 3/8. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was the scoring. I'm sorry. These are 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Yeah, 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. Okay, let me get those adhered down. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a belly band for this card to keep it closed. So I'm going to take a zip strip. That is the branding strip that's on the top of the Close to My Heart papers. Or you could take another little strip, any decoration here, and just decorate this 1-inch strip of cardstock. Snip the end here. Okay, and then I'm going to wrap this around my card base. I start from the back, center it up, and then I'm going to fold in the edges, the right and then the left. I like to give it a good score or a good press just to give those creases. And then I'm going to bring in my glue and I'm going to glue this down. Now you could also cut this down here. A lot of times I do, you can cut this down. Now with this one, since I did not cut this down, I am going to flip this over because where that glue line is, I'm going to take my bear and put it on the front and it's not going to cover that. So I could have snipped it a little bit more to cover up that line, but since I didn't, I'm just going to flip it to the back. And I'm going to get out some foam adhesive here. I'm going to cut a little piece of foam adhesive and put it in the center. This is on my belly band. And then I'm just going to put my little bear on top. Now this way, my recipient who receives the card, they could always slip this belly band off and they could use that bear on another project. So there we go. This is card number 2. And let me bring in the first card. Card number 1 with the hearts and card number 2 with the bear. If you're new here, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you like this type of video. If you have enjoyed this process video, hit that thumbs up button. Leave me a comment down below which card is your favorite. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.